Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another Daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between our hero Tang and Barcode, the Protoss player, on Echo, the latter edition. Now, I'll have to see what Tang is up to in this match. The previous one that I cast was really action-packed. He went for some Zergling harassment early, didn't really pay off, and then he macroed up behind it and held off a 7-gate using Roaches and Hydralisks that were upgraded. And it was really touch and go there for a while, but he did end up winning, which is a spoiler, I guess. I should have said spoiler alert, but instead, just, you know, watch my videos when they come out, and that won't happen to you. So, in the top left here, we have the pink Protoss player, Barcode, and in the bottom right, we have our blue Zerg player, Tang. Now, Barcode, if you haven't watched any of my videos that explain this, it is a way for players to hide who they are. Barcode is also what Korean characters show up in the English version of Starcraft 2, so if it is a Korean player, it will show up as barcodes, which can really fake people out into being more afraid than they need to be, because it could be Korean, it could just be somebody pretending to be a Korean player. But really at the Grandmaster level, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I doubt that Tang is intimidated whatsoever at this point. So here we do have, yeah, once again, we are going a spawning pool, we are going extractor, we're going to see some early harassment here. The probe says, alright, I'm going to block your expansion. And Tang says, I really don't care, I'm going to get some lings up as soon as I can, go kill that that pylon, and then where will you be is the question. Are we upgrading speed? Yes, we are getting speed. We are making a couple Zerglings, as I said. Oh, the what? 1, 2, 3. 3 cannon block! Interesting play, trying to take down that probe. Are these lings? Are they able to get it? It went on the creep and it died. So the probe's down. There are these 3 cannons up. We're going to kill this Overlord. Oh no! Overlord, get out of there! No, it is not to be. And it explodes very sadly. Who got that kill? Which one? The middle one got the kill. Interesting play. So you can't really wall off down here anymore because of these destructible plates as a Protoss, and instead this cannon rush pretty much is to deal with any lings that are going to run past. They're going to take some casualties, which is exactly what we want to see here from the Protoss player. He didn't invest a lot in those cannons, though. You'll notice his wall is not necessarily complete. His second is not quite ready yet either. He doesn't have any gas coming in. He had to do a lot to get these cannons up. Interesting combination, though, blocking off the hatchery and also creating this, this kind of wall for lings to get through. The lings do see what's going on, obviously, because the Overlord scouted those. What's the answer going to be from Tang? It looks like he's getting a Baneling nest and a whole ton of lings. Alright. So he says what we're going to do, we're going to ignore your cannons, we're going to run right past them and see what damage we can do at the front door. Which, as I previously noted, is not looking particularly wally right now. He doesn't even need a cannon here to defend, so he feels pretty safe with these 3 cannons to keep Tang in his base. Tang is effectively a 1-base Zerg right now, which is pretty scary. You don't want to be a 1-base Zerg unless you're able to kill the opponent in the next like 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll have to see what he decides to do, making 12 more lings in production. Man, that is pretty good stuff. His injects are spot on. The Baneling nest is up. The speed is up. Can they get out without taking too many casualties? Let's take a look. There are 2 pages now with 4 lings there. How many died? 1, 2, 3, 4 lings died. Alright, so not bad, actually. 4 lings is more or less than I thought we would see. The immediate wall now from Barcode, and now getting the cannon up, getting 2 cannons up to deal with this. It is enough to hold off against Zerglings, but I don't know if Banelings are going to be able to get through here. Morphing a whole ton of Banelings. We're going to try to smash down that pylon, probably go through here. This pylon is not a good choice because of the gateway, but we come on up, see what we can see. We're going to try to force field out the Banelings so they can't even explode. And yes, does manage to get the force fields off, taking down that pylon. Coming up against that cannon. Go through that cannon is another one. Taking down the forge as well. Trying to kill that sentry. Are they able to get it? Oh, yes. Able to snipe that off just barely. Workers are going down. Another sentry dies as well. But again, this is something where Tang needs to win the game now. He cannot have this be a nice harassment that kills some workers. He needs to win this game. Is able to do it. He's getting up here on the workers, killing more and more and more workers. But I think the surround by the probes is enough to clean it up. Tang escapes with 2 lings. Going to do some more harassment here. What is the worker count up to? 16 to 16. He's evening it up a little bit, but again, it is still 2 base Protoss to 1 base Zerg, which is not what you want to see as a Zerg player. We are now throwing up a pylon here to wall off against future attacks from these Zerglings. This 1 base attack from Tang is intense. It is, I don't know if it's going to be enough. We'll have to see. Here come more and more Zerglings coming right on up, but the wall is here with the pylons. More banelings coming in though. Mothership core up top is going to help a lot to defend against this. Zerglings won't be able to hang out and do whatever damage they can with that mothership core. Eventually, their day of reckoning will come. Another forge comes up. He needs more cannons. Here we go with the banelings taking down one of the pylons. The force fields are good though, and no, 2 pylons do go down. The force field blocking the whole thing though. Excellently placed barcode. Another wall coming up behind this sentry. Oh no, it's not enough. The Zerglings actually do manage to get in on the right side. They kill 2 probes. They're going to head on up into the main here. 4 probes isn't really enough to do much of anything trying to kill that transferring probe. Are they able to get it? No, they are not. They actually lose a Zergling in the process. And what is Tang going to do is the question. He's doing a good job. He is killing workers, but again, it's 18 to 17. He is completely even at this point with his Protoss buddy here. I guess not his buddy, more of his nemesis. More banelings coming down. He's going to try to baneling bust these cannons, which, I don't know, I guess is the good choice, but I think maybe taking a base up here might have been a better one. I don't know. Tang, again, is Grandmaster level. He is much better than I am. More and more lings coming on out. You probably want to send the lings down so they don't die unnecessarily here. It worked in the end. He lost a bunch of banelings there. I mean, how many banelings has he lost in this game? 5 banelings. Is that it? That seems wrong. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't count ones that self-destruct, but only ones they get killed before they can explode where they want to. Either way, another swell of lings coming on up. There's no way you're getting through that, lings. I mean, there's gateways, there's forges, there's more gateways, there's cannons. Are we trying another bust? While double expanding behind it. Okay, so Tang says, you kept me on 1 base, but I'm going to macro up behind this as best I can. Going to try to get back on par with my opponent. Keep you scared of these Zerglings and these banelings. Make you build a lot more stuff than you want here to defend against this. Make more and more sentries. The mothership core chasing these Zerglings away. Say, get out of my house, you little Zerglings. No one likes your style. We have, creep colonies coming on up. Creep colonies, creep tumors. Wow, I had a bird war flashback there. That's kind of embarrassing. Either way, that is what we see. More and more workers coming on out. He pretty much does need to transfer workers. He had something like 20 or 21 there on his main, which is just too many. And patrolling back and forth is the mothership core saying, no Zerglings, you can't come here at all. What is Barcode up to is the question. He's making a robo facility, so he probably is going to go immortals here. Maybe just an observer to see what the Protoss or the Zerg player is up to at this point. We are making a third just about done at the same time that the second pops. There it goes, the A logo spinning lazily in the sunlight. Sunlight? Or is it dark here? I don't know. Either way, good inject, having a queen there ready. Is another queen going to be ready? Yeah, just about there, with enough energy to inject. And I'm going to guess Tang is going to macro up like a mad dog at this point. He only has 30 harvesters. He is down by 10 to the Protoss player. And yes, production tab shows more and more workers being produced, but as well as a lair and a roach facility. So a roach facility, a roach den. He is not interested in sitting back and just macroing too much. He wants to be able to defend against attacks that may come his way. He's going to go ahead and I'm assuming going to poop here as soon as he can, as soon as that lair finishes. Just check and make sure the Protoss does not take a third base, which is not something that he wants to do. Oh, excuse me. What is going on? We do have an immortal popping up now. We have Guardian Shield for some reason. Did he pop those accidentally? Did I miss an attack of some kind? I don't know. Burning down his own pylon so we can actually attack or expand. Where's he going to go with this is the question. Is that Overlord going to poop? Do it, Overlord. Do it. Get that down. Be super annoying. That is pretty much your function in life, is to be annoying. But, yeah, I mean, that's too many sentries. Those lings can't get in there. They're going to get force fielded out all day long. Let's check that harvester count. It is 44 to 44. Yes. There we go. Tang is catching up. He needs to inject here, though. Queen, inject. Inject. There you go. Good, Queen. Good, Queen. Here comes the push. We have sentries, we have immortals, we have stalkers. This is pretty scary stuff. Trying to bait force fields is Tang. Trying to say, alright, your force fields cannot happen when you're at my front door. I need force fields to happen when you're out here, so I need to bait them by attacking you. But good control there by Barcode. He says, no, I'm going to save my force fields for when I need them. When I'm actually up here at the Zerg front door. We do have 9 roaches coming out, which might be enough, but a lot of stalkers warping in back there, setting up yet another forward pylon is our friend Banner. Barcode. Yeah, like Banner, like from Avengers and the Hulk. Anyway, going to town on that mothership core is the Queen. It's going to be able to kill it. It might if Barcode doesn't pay attention here. Yeah, that's going to go down. That's huge, actually. Good force fields, though, keeping all the roaches out. And the mothership core does end up dying in a shower of blue sparks. Roaches trying to snipe down those sentries. The sentries are at the front. That is a bit of a mistake from Barcode. Trying to get that. Immortal does actually snipe it down. Immortal's gone. All that left are Stalkers and Sentries, but this is enough for Roaches. Oh, huge warp in, though. The Warp Prism at the back forces the retreat of the Roaches up their own ramp. That is not what you want to do. Here we are, pretty much on his last legs is Tang, forced to pull the drones. Gonna try to kill all of these Zealots as best as he possibly can. And alright, so Barcode decides to actually go in and take down the third base instead of dealing with these Roaches. Oh no, force fielding all of the drones inside. A bit of a misclick though, as the drones and the Roaches are able to get in here, past the force fields, and take out every single one of the sentries and force these the Stalkers to head on home. Interestingly enough, this is a lot of Roaches. A lot of Lings coming in here, sniping down every single one of these Zealots. They're going to fall. The Roaches doing their best. As I get a chat here from one of my friends, and I think I need to set my status possibly to busy. But either way, here we do have some Roaches sniping right the heck on in here. And what are we going to do? He actually held that off. I am surprised. I feel like I would have died if I was Tang in that situation, but he lived. But it is 43 to 28 Harvesters. He is on his back foot economically. Still on 2 base, though, as the Protoss. I think that is the saving grace of Tang in this game, is that the Protoss is on 2 base. He is technically on 3 base. He doesn't have as many workers, but 3 bases is usually better than 2 in almost all circumstances. Another Immortal comes on out of that robo facility. We have more Sentries and more Stalkers and more Zealots. It is 90 to 103 supply, though, so I mean, Tang is not super behind. He has the Roaches. He has +1 upgrades. Another Warp Prism being made. We're probably going to see another attack here if we pay attention. Possibly some drops from those Warp Prisms, but a major push is pretty much on its way. Are we going to let these Creep Tumors finish? We are. Okay, so Creep's going to go up the ramp there, which is a little bit of a problem for a Protoss player. The farther this extends, the less comfortable he is moving out towards the Zerg base. So, I mean, good job, Overlords, preventing those third bases from coming down easily, but it doesn't look like Barcode is even interested in doing that. He wants this 2-base attack to pretty much kill Tang right away, but the longer he waits, the more dangerous this is going to be. He was waiting for the Warp Prism and drops another Immortal down. 2 Immortals is pretty dangerous for these Roaches. No Overseer in the group. He can't get rid of these Creep Tumors. He's forced to engage on the Creep, and here we go. Here comes the Warpin'. Good force fields. A little bit dodged by Tang there. Are we going to snipe down? Oh, man. All of those warped-in Zealots are stuck behind the force fields. That was a huge problem for our Protoss player. They all get melted down without doing much at all, but the Immortal in the front doing terrible, terrible damage. How many kills does he have? 6 kills already. And this Immortal, if we click on him, has 2 kills. Hydra's coming out now, forced to pull all the workers from this third base. This third base is going to die. Warping in more Sentries, warping in more Zealots. The Broodlings try to do what they can, but they died pretty much immediately. Roaches and Hydras, top of the ramp. Here we go. Can we defend this as Tang? It does not look good for our hero, ladies and gentlemen, but here we go. Oh, Hydra's coming out at the wrong time, getting smashed apart. Trying to snipe down that Warp Prism are the Roaches. Or rather, the Queen. Queen does get the Warp Prism. Queens, Hydras, Roaches doing what they can, but the damage is too much. Coming up this ramp is Barcode, smashing down everything. Force fields are good, keeping all those workers away from being able to help with this attack. They get burned down as they come in, single file. And here we go. Queen dies as well. All the workers are dead. The army is there, and Tang calls the GG. That is it. So, in the last game, we did see Tang hold off a 7-gate attack, but this time, with the additional pressure of the Warp Prisms and the Immortals, it was just too much. The Baneling Bust didn't do what he wanted it to do, and then the Protoss came back and was very strong. So, here we are with yet another Daily Blizzard upload, another submission from Tang. I do appreciate that he sends us losses. I think a lot of guys would only send out replay packs that have wins, but he says, no, I'm going to go ahead and send my losses as well, just so there's some suspense, just so you can see where I lose and what mistakes I make, and I really do appreciate that. So, as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Falcon Paladin, and you take care of yourself.